Francesco, so we are here another time. I had conversations with friends that who wants to play, go out of the city, go into remote lands and build gardens, collect people to build new tribes in order to be ready for a possible change in the near future, the change of society, where it's better to live on the countryside than in the city. And yeah, this is my background I bring today, and let's hear what you have to say. Our big change is coming. What do we have to focus on right now?
Yeah, we know that there is a big change going on, and we had we had this feeling and we had these signs from a while, right? We know that living in a city is not viable on a long term, and also we know through various congregations, we know that things are changing on the planet Earth, and we have to refocus. Astrologically, we know that we have a movement into this age of Aquarius, which brings like humanity on a different plane, on a different level, on a conscious level. The whole sense of humanity is changing, and Pluto leading this the whole zodiac is moving and is bringing this huge consciousness to manifestation, and is gonna bring a great change in 2023 when it's gonna move into Aquarius. At the moment, there are a lot of what we can say about the situation right now. We now that we are talking, we are still in the moment of a full moon, which happened yesterday. Today is 27, so yesterday was a full moon in Sagittarius. So this full moon in Sagittarius conjunct with the South Node in Sagittarius, it's a very strange, let's say, moment in which like emotions are coming to us very strongly, and is a moment of rebirth, reset, and innovation, but also brings a lot of illusion that we want to change drastically everything right now. And we have this urge of innovation in which like we have to decide right now. But this is a bit of an illusion. Yeah, because also like the position of Jupiter, which is entered in Pisces and is going back retrograde, right, in Aquarius in July, is giving us this feeling that we have to do right now everything right now. Yeah, it gives like the optimism of doing things, because it feels like, oh, we feel like so secure about what we want to do. But this is just an illusion. Like the reality of this big movement will come a little bit later this year. It will be in December probably. From December we will have the strength, and we will have the feeling that we own that change. But what we know, something that I've been saying from a long time, is that we have this very challenging aspect between Saturn and Uranus. So Uranus is pushing us to innovate and to go further into our goal, into our project that is completely new. But Saturn is reminding us, like, don't forget what you have done so far, step by step. So everyone, like the feeling that we want to jump off the path, it's something that is not, it's challenging, it's good, it feels like a shortcut, but in reality the moon is telling us that this is an illusion. This is an illusion in reality. Yeah. So what we see, we have like the moon, obviously we can see here that is opposite to Venus and Mercury in Gemini, and also like Venus and Gemini and Mercury are in square with Neptune. What we know about this, when Mercury in square with Neptune, there is a confusion, especially in the realm of business. Things are unclear. That means also that there are new things going on. This seems like very interesting. To take a new venture, it feels like, wow, Wow, so what I was doing so far is a bit slow. Let me opt in. Let me go somewhere else. Look, someone is coming with a beautiful project because, as I said before, Jupiter gives us this idea that we can do something crazy. At this beautiful time to write down ideas, as long as they are ideas. If we act upon them, that's another story.
Mm.
So we need to, by all means, write down all the beautiful ideas that we have right now. But wait, maybe it's not the right time to act upon these ideas. Maybe it's the time in which like these ideas are good and they need to be fixed. But the planning of this idea, it takes a little bit more time. Saturn tells us like why you want to change everything right now without thinking about what you have done so far. This is what it's telling us. It's struggling to tell us, to remind us that kind of thing. So the idea is like this moment is a moment of restriction, although there is a manifestation of change. So there are a few points that I like to discuss, but if we also consider the Venus square with Neptune, we know that there is insecurity about the feelings that we have. So we know that our feelings about our past and also our future, it creates tension because we don't feel ourselves, we don't feel our own image to be successfully manifested in reality. So why we do that? But, well, this influence, it doesn't make us feel comfortable with what we are wearing. Doesn't mean that what we are wearing is bad. It's just an illusion, right? So because we don't feel comfortable with our image, our relationship, they makes us feel like as we are weak. So we are opt-in for something new because that will distract us from what we are. So again, the solution is not going outside, but going inside and accepting what we are, what we do. And the third point I want to talk about is Jupiter square with the Sun. Again, this idea that are coming, they look grandiose. They look enormous, they look really interesting and beautiful and important. But this is again an illusion because everything looks much bigger than what it really is. So we need to be very cautious, extra cautious in this little time frame of taking decision too quickly.
How do you see that illusion and something real is happening? There's a manifestation going on.
Well, because of this moon. The moon conjunct with the South Node in Sagittarius. This moon, this full moon, opposite to Venus and Mercury, in this position is actually tell us like, you know, it gives us this like it kind of creates a filter, right? In which like we feel we want to do things in a certain way because we want it acts as a distraction for what we really are looking for obtain, like our real goals, which we really have planned during this whole year. This whole year we have been alone and we had the time to be alone. Why all of a sudden we want to be in a group? Like all of a sudden it feels like we feel like we want to go back to a reality that doesn't exist anymore. The idea is actually to understand that there is a reason why we have been alone, and this reason is to develop something that I just said before, the self-love and self-compassion. Instead of not accepting ourselves, the idea is to develop more self-love, right? Accept. And how does it happen? It happens by accepting the weakness, accepting the flaws, accepting those things that we are not perfect. And that's okay, because if we accept the fact that we are not perfect, and we develop the willing to go into those dark places that we are trying to avoid because we want to escape, right?
Yeah.
Want to go into a project that looks so shiny because we want to avoid the darkness. Reality is that if we go into the darkness and we accept this weakness, this lack of beauty, because there's a lack of beauty in the Kabbalistic sense, right? So if we accept that, to accept this and embrace it, we clear up of that. We allow our vessel to expand, therefore getting more light, getting more wisdom, and be secure of the path that we already are on. And keep doing it step by step. Yes, it's a bit slow. Yes, it's right. But we are very close to the realization of these goals.
Wow.
So change is the key. Is the key word of this period. Rebirth, reset, yes, but not changing completely, like changing into something that is not what we are coming from, because we are already changed. We just need to wake up, open the eyes to the change that already happened. It's like we are still like in between, but in reality we are changed. So it's the time in which we are waking up.
Wow.
New form of living, but it happens on the conscious level, not on a physical level. So that's why we need to be alone in that. And this being alone is connected with another element, which is creativity. We are extremely creative now because of this Jupiter in Pisces. So use that creativity to address our form of expression in all possible way. The ideas are infinite right now. Until July, we have a huge, tremendous amount of creativity. By all means, we all have it. We are all artists inside. We all have this nature. So we have to do it. We have to go for it. Write down, paint, create programs, plans. This is the time of creation. Doesn't mean to go completely away from your direction, but just put this creativity at the service of your plan, because you already have it. You already decided. It's just a question of manifesting those. Yeah, and there is I repeat, like a sort of alignment to what we are doing already. It's not totally different. It's still that. It just needs like giving more creativity into that.
Yeah.
And Uranus, what Uranus wants, what Uranus asks, is the sign. Yeah, to give sign to this goal. And the sign that we can give is made by two components, which is commitment to the plan and consistency. Because the reality is that, yeah, we can be extremely creative, but the moment in which we change direction, we are not consistent anymore. We are not committed anymore. So we want to develop the commitment to our plan by stick on this.
Good. Wow.
And be there day by day. And create the motivation that will run. The energy that is available for us is huge. But what is the glue that holds everything together, and that's the last component, the last keyword, is gratitude. Because with gratitude, developing the sense of gratitude, developing the sense that we can really transform pain, we can transform this loneliness, right, into something much more bigger than what we are, that what we see. And not be afraid to go into those dark places. We don't have to be beautiful outside, because the real beauty is inside. And the moment in which we surrender to our weaknesses, to our flaws, that's where those beauty comes out and is stronger and stronger.
Very nice, Francesco. So I want to say a little bit about the Enneagram. Can you switch our board a little
Yeah.
to, very good. So you can move our pictures a little bit in the middle. There's a little line between the photos and the chart, and then the photos become bigger in your, just between the photos and the chart. There's a line.
I cannot do that because this is the way that the screen is.
I can do it. So, and when in my measurement, we are now number 5, which is the individualist investigator, who is piling up a lot of knowledge, and we all have learned a lot during the last years and our lifetimes, and we are still standing here and considering what shall we do with all this wisdom, what we have piled up in ourselves. And the direction to go is to number 8, the challenger or the leading figure, and go into considering to be the one who's responsible for our lives. And if this is a call for action or just quiet taking responsibility and to stay on our path, is the question everybody has to answer. But Francesco says it's not the time for action yet. We have to wait a little bit. But to take the place of the leading figure, I'm the leader of my life, or even of my family, of my tribe. It's time to use my knowledge and not only to think about it.
Yeah.
This is what I see.
So basically, what you're saying is like we have to go into the direction of dominate, like to control our own life, right? And avoid
Responsibility, yeah.
Yeah, while avoiding the 7, right?
Yeah.
So which is the Peter Pan kind of thing, no? To avoid.
I'm not sure. Well, like our society is a consumist society, which is trapped in the comfortable zone, and we have to get out of the comfortable zone where we only talk and think and never really feel profoundly. We are still in the head, you see, and go back into the body where the 8 is resigning.
Yeah, it's a little bit like what I was saying about like to not be in a dream and opt in the shortcut, in those things that are easy, but take responsibility, take full responsibility and strength as well,
Yeah.
determination into what we want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. We still have some places for counseling if you have personal questions about your own life and what you have to do, because everybody's different. This was only an overview about the stars, but the transitions are personally, right? We're all going to a lot of changes and there's a lot of energy, and this is a time really to ask for advices.
Exactly. This is the time, especially for both for Enneagram and astrology, helping like people to understand personally what is it the place and what is it, what are the actions, because the actions are very individual. So by studying like the planets of a person and the personal characteristic of the Enneagram, we can really help people to understand in which direction, what action are the triggers to change and transform and use the best way possible way this energy to manifest something good in your life. Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.